for deals. So please take advantage of it. Dominic Silvestri, Michelle Les, who's also an instructor, and she'll tell you a little bit about what she's able to do. And this is Sabrina Arnold, who is going to be your dedicated assistant on this account. So, and then Adam Stevens, who is not here today, but I think he's done a lunch and learn here previously. And I will tell you, I was on a call yesterday with Adam and John and the team, and Adam actually was referred, was like serious, a client who had been pre-approved for a $185,000 loan. And the customer said, I cannot come up with the difference in the down payment for the house that I want to buy. They reached out to Adam. Adam went to our underwriting team. They manipulated some things in a positive way and was able to issue a pre-approval letter for $585,000. Now they went out looking at properties last weekend. They're going out to look at properties this week, and hopefully tomorrow we'll get into contract. But that is an example of something we can do for you. So, you know, again, it's all about knowledge, resources. You know, what makes PRG stand out. It's all those things. In addition to technology and tools and co-branding and open houses and, you know, lunch and learns and all of those things. So anyhow, I can go on and on. I've gone on too long, but we just appreciate you being here today. We're excited about the partnership and looking forward to working with you for a long time.
I get a quick question. I don't know if you said this before. I work for the National Fire Team. Is it the first time you stay for the country?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. So, and if we don't have a particular program that you might be aware of, we can certainly get it approved. And yes, first time home buyer programs for sure. Dominic?
Thank you, Kelly. Actually, this is my 30th year of the business in originating loans. Local Bay Area boy, I grew up actually in Nevada, been in the East Bay since I got out of St. Mary's College 30 years ago, which is, there's another school down in this that Katey went to. We probably had a party together, but I only was there about 10 years ago. I graduated, she's at Santa Clara Blanca. So anyway, yes, I would love to be a partner in your success, which is, I'm not trying to be like parasites, say, please give me something like a loan. I have an obligation, if I'm getting business from you, I have an obligation to create value to you. Whether it's bringing Katey to your life for education and inspiration, or helping with an open house on a Sunday, or helping a buyer that you just realize, hey, they need some coaching so they can be a first-time home buyer 6 months from now after I help get their credit up. Also, you know, understand about job changes and the impact on paying credit cards down, and don't close credit cards, and whatever we can do to help them be a better buyer tomorrow. Everybody's got shelf life, and we understand you're just valuable to me, whether you have a buyer that's ready to close in 30 days or somebody that might be on the shelf for you. So I appreciate whatever opportunity that can be to be that partner in your success.
My name is Michelle Les, and I've been in the industry for at least 30 years or so. I started when I was 5. And one thing that'll set me apart from other loan officers is that I teach continuing education to loan officers. So all the programs and all the knowledge that they need to know, they get it from me. I also teach the DRE continuing education. I have a DRE broker's license. So I know both hands how to get licenses. I teach that course. I will be teaching that course next month on the 7th. So here, if you know anybody who needs to get their license, whether or not they work here or not, let them know, have them come down. You take the class 3, and you'll be done in 3 days for the full 45 hours. So it's a really great deal. Something that sets me apart, I love to do presentations. I love to do first time home buyer program presentations. I love to talk about the knowledge that I have. I always joke around and say, teach this knowledge that I have stuck in my head. I like to share it with everybody. My favorite kind of loan is, I love VA loans. Most people are afraid of VA lending. They don't like it. But if you think about it, there's the only one thing that you can do for a veteran is to let them utilize their benefit where they can come in with no money down. And there's no limit. There's no limit on that. It could be a $2 million purchase, no money down. So I think the largest VA loan that I've done was 1.3 mil. Anything out of the box, unique, call me, Michelle Les. I can help you put it together and make it work.
Hi, my name is Sabrina Arnold, and I've been in the business for 20 years. I also was a realtor for a while, so I understand both sides of the perspective. One of the things I enjoyed partnering with, when I was a realtor, I enjoyed partnering with my lender and vice versa. I did first-time homebuyer classes, actually, where we would, my loan officer and I would walk apartment complexes and put out flyers and have, like a little lunch and learn type thing, and have people come in and teach them what they needed to know and help them get pre-qualified so that they're prepared when the time comes. And it was a good partnership because then they not only strengthened their relationship with the realtor, but also with the lender, so there's a lot more confidence there. So I think that's a really good thing. And on the assistant side, now that I'm in-house on the assistant side, it's really, again, communication is huge for me. I'm there. I want to answer your questions if you have them. Being ready and available. I hear that so many times. Oh my gosh, you answer your phone. Yeah, that's what it's for. I have somebody who say, I've been calling my whoever, forever, and they don't answer. I can't even imagine. So that's something that I promise I'm always do my best to answer emails and phone calls when you have them. And as work with the loan officers to help you guys solve whatever issues they might come up.
Yeah, thank you. So Katey, we are gonna let you take it away and show us how to have fun during the holidays and how to generate leads and capture leads. And
It's all about the shoes.
it's all about the shoes and the scarf.
And the scarf, it's the scarf. So, all right, thank you, PRNG. Thank you for having me here today. Thank you for being a partner. So there is a partnership between PRNG and Team Fast. And so you'll be seeing a lot more PRNG and me around here at events. And then just, check things out. This is the thing about a partnership is that they want to help you. So I heard Elias ask the question, who is afraid of calling strangers? Anyone? Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. Okay, all right. And here's the thing. How many of you are afraid of calling people you know? There we go. We have more chicken than that. So if a stranger says, if you get out of vacation, like, oh, I didn't know them anyway, so who cares? But if it's like if it's your uncle, and you're like, right, like if you call your uncle, you're like, what are you doing bothering me? Like, I hated you. I'm taking you off my inheritance. You're off the list now, right? So I always felt as a real estate agent, I've been a real estate agent since 2004. I've managed real estate offices. I've known Kenny for 150 years. And I've been a national speaker and trainer since 2006. I love to do this. This is one of my favorite things, is to help educate, but really to make it fun. So it's edutainment, right? Hence the shoes. We got to make it a little fun, and adding a little bit of fun. We're having fun. We tend to be better at it. Yes.
Yep.
Are you really good at something you hate? No. If you hate it, it's not going to be great at. I actually teach an open house class and have a picture of a realtor who sat on the couch the entire time that I was at her open house. Now I teach an open house class, and that is not the way to do an open house, by the way. Don't sit your butt on the couch, because if I see you there and I know you, I will murder you. So just heads up. But the friend I was with had literally pushed me away from this woman, so I didn't. But she doesn't like to do open houses, so don't do them. Right? Find the thing that you love to do and have some fun with it, and you will naturally attract people. Does this make sense? Say yes. Okay, good. I was on Rock Room when I was 5 at KTVU down the street, so it's really important that we have the interaction. Okay, deal? Say deal? Okay, deal. All right, good. All right, very good. Right, yeah, Miss Nancy's gonna call you someday, right? I know I dated myself like that, didn't I? So I want to talk about the holidays. And I heard Elias talking about how you need to have some conversation. And one of the things about, we talked about calling your database, sometimes it's what are you going to say to somebody when you're calling your database? Because it feels a little creepy, yes? Or self-serving? Say yes? Yes. The PRMG folks can help you have something to say. Call one of the PRMG loan officers and say, hey, I'm getting ready to call my database. I don't know what to say. Is there some new product out there or some new program that I can help you with? Hey, just want to let you know, there's this new did you know that VA loans are unlimited? I think it's up to 3 million or something. It's up to $3 million for a VA loan. Do you know anybody who has had any military experience that might want to buy a house with 0% down? Right? That's a totally different conversation of, hi, I need business. Can you help? Please, right? We'll work for homes, right? That kind of thing. So I think calling your PRMG friends, partners, to get ideas of what to say when you're calling your database is huge. And it's also going to help with this. Fair enough? Say yes?
Yes.
All right, perfect. We're going to use this as a clicker. Then we're going to talk about the holidays. How many of you guys how many in this room have been licensed as a realtor for less than a year? Yes. Awesome. Okay, you guys, sorry, I'll give you all of us, I should say, that have a license for more than a year. For those agents that have had their license for more than a year, is there a mindset that the market slows during the holidays? Yes, okay. There is a mindset, and so those of you that are new, run away from those people. Right? Including you, that there's like, well, it's a natural, it's the holidays. Realtors think, sorry, realtors, myself included, realtors think Thanksgiving is a 2-week event. Christmas is a month. And New Year's is 10 days. Tell me I'm wrong. Somebody's been in the business more than a year. Tell me I'm wrong. No, not wrong, right? So Cynthia's like, no, not wrong. So how many days is Thanksgiving? One. How many days is Christmas? One. How many days is New Year's Eve? One. Okay. It is not 2 months. But from right now until the end of, or to the middle of January, there's a lot of realtors that take it off. If you want to scoop up your unfair share, now is the time to get busy. Now is the time to be having those 3 conversations a day. Are people seeing more holiday party invites come up? More face-to-face? Obviously, I did none last year, but yes. I mean, I was at the BXP convention, right? I mean, we didn't have conventions last year. So people are coming and going to parties, yes? Yeah. Right? So if you know that you need to talk to 3 people a day, and you can talk to 21 people at one party, is that good? Yeah, you got my 3 people done in like an hour. Yes, right? So the 3 people a day concept is really awesome around the holidays and setting some of those goals. So what we're going to talk about, I'm moving around, Kenny. I'm totally messing up with the.
You're right. Distancing follows you.
Oh, perfect. That's what I mean. I'm half Italian, half Irish, which means I like a loud fight and I move my hands around, right? So this is what we're going to be talking about today, around setting goals during the holidays and how to keep yourself busy without getting stuck into it's slow. Yes. Are you ready for the question? You guys will know what I mean by that in a minute. And then also how to go to a party and how to host a party, and then have a system for follow-up when it's all said and done. Is everybody okay with this? Say yes. Yes. Perfect. All right, set a goal. Now, if the number that Elias said was three conversations a day, figure out how many conversations you want to have between November 15th and January 15th. What you do today shows up in 90 days. By the way, it's already 2022 according to your lead generation schedule. And if you don't start working till January 1, the first quarter is going to be rough. So we want to feed your first quarter business today. So set a goal for how many conversations you want to be having during the next 2 months. Also set a goal for your database. Is there anybody, you don't have to tell me, I'm just guessing that some of you have less than 100 names in your database. Okay? I'm seeing nodding, so thank you for the brave ones that are nodding. You could potentially double your database with one phone call to each of the 100 people in your database. Set a number that you want. If you have 100 names in your database, you're like, you know what? I want to be aggressive. I want to add 50 new people to my database by January 15th. So there's easy ways to do that. I'll tell you the one easy way is call everybody that's already in your database and say, who do you know that I need to get to know? I'm looking to expand the families that I can help. Our team at Team Fast here is ridiculous. We can help everybody. Whatever I don't know, I got people around me that will help me fill in the gaps. So I want to help more families in 2022. Who do you know that I need to get to know? An attorney, a CPA, the PTA president, the school principal. I have a whole list. I took another class called 101 Lead Generation Ideas, so that'll be another class for the day. They just call your database and ask them, who do you know that I need to get to know? And you can get your database up to 50 real fast. The other one is go to parties and meet people. All right. So coming up with your database. Yes, Kelly.
There's a great book. Write this down. It's called The Power of Who. And it's a great read, and it's exactly what Katey is talking about.
And then also at this is figure out how many appointments do you want to have set for January. Don't get necessarily so focused on it. If you get an appointment next week, would you go on it? Yes, of course. So those are bonus appointments, right? To really set up your 2022 well. But how many appointments do you want to have scheduled for January? We always find what we're looking for. So my book, Fortune Cookie Leadership, is 52 little one-liners like that. You always find what you're looking for. The book is written for salespeople. The longest chapter is 2.5 pages long. That's funny. Attention span of salespeople. I had to get you for the joke. Okay, so how many new names you want to add to your database, and how many new appointments do you want to have set in your calendar by the end of January? Does everybody have that number written down? And Elias is 100% right. If you don't measure it, it doesn't get done. You've got to set those goals and measure it. And maybe it's a weekly. Maybe you divide it up. You've got 8 weeks, 9 weeks to January 15th. Do the math and divide by 8. Right? I'm not saying you're not allowed to enjoy the holidays, but I'm just saying it helps you. All right, how to go to parties. So if you get invited to a party, we'll do another one about how to host one. But when you get invited to parties and networking events, one year I was working for a mortgage company in a business development role, and the leadership hated going to all of the parties that go on in the Bay Area. And so, you know, we got every MLF, every Board of Realtors, the WCR, ARIA, NARED, they all have their holiday parties, right? I went to 21 parties in 1 week. I went to 4 in 1 day. And I love parties. And even I was tired. And so if you're going to a party, so we don't know how many parties we're going to have necessarily, but if you're attending a party, the first step is to set a goal for the party. How many new people do I want to meet at this party? How many business cards do I have to exchange? How many, I'm going to text some people. You guys have any capture systems that you can use to get people's contact information? Use them. And maybe it's simple as exchanging business cards. Like, you don't overthink this job. Our job is to make friends and then help our friends make good decisions. That's it. And the best part is you don't have to be friends with everybody. You're gonna meet some people like, we can't be friends. Sorry, we can't be friends. The idea is that you get to go meet people, put names in your database, add more folks, and figure it out. Get more reach and touch more people. So set a goal for how many people you want to meet. Now, say you said, you know what, at this party, it's going to be kind of a small party. I know it's an intimate group at this. I really just want to meet 2 new people. I'm going to get contact information for 2 people. And when you've met those 2 people and you've gotten your contact information, shut it down. Enjoy the party. Enjoy the party. I need to ask a question. Does everybody here, I know there's new licensees here, does everybody here have a real estate story they can tell? A good one, not a bad one. Right? Raise your hand if you have a real estate story you can tell. A good one, a successful one. A buyer that you helped, a seller that you helped. Yes? Okay, I'm seeing nodding and hand raising. Okay, are those of you that are new or you can't think of one right now, raise your hand. That you can't think or you're new licensee. If you don't have a good real estate story, borrow one. Go talk to somebody else who you saw raise their hand and say, hey, can I borrow your real estate story? Because everybody loves to talk about real estate and they want to hear a great story. You can use mine. So Kelly asked me what I do. So what do you do?
Katie, what do you do?
My favorite thing about my job is I love handing over keys to first-time home buyers. I love creating generational wealth for families, and the look in their eye, and sometimes filled with tears, it just warms my heart. I can't wait to help the next family purchase their first home. Did I say the word realtor?
Nope.
Somebody know what I do? Told a story. I told a short story, but I told a story. Feel free to steal that one if you'd like. If you hate first-time home buyers, don't tell that story. But if you love working with investors, tell that story. Oh man, favorite part of my job is, what I love about my job is helping my community, getting involved in my community. What I love about my job is helping a family that had to, they had great grandma had to be moved to assisted living, and I was able to help transition the home the great grandma had lived in for 60 years and bring it to a whole nother family to create wonderful memories. And the family, great grandma's health care was covered by the sale of the house, and everybody feels safe, grandma's being taken care of, and this new family gets to create a whole new set of wonderful memories that were first felt by grandma's house. That's a cool story. People remember the stories. Does everybody know a realtor? Say yes. Yes. But they don't know your cool story. So if you don't have a story, borrow one. And use the word we. Oftentimes I use we for the National Association of Realtors. That's a joke. So you guys, you can use the word we. We just we being our office. We meaning EXP Realty. We meaning the California Association of Realtors. We meaning the National Association. You can use the word we to cover a lot. So you guys have a great team here, and using the word we is important as far as your value. So how to go to parties, set a goal, have a great real estate story for what you want to tell them about what you do, because people remember the stories. And then 3, am I moving wrong? Should I dance? Okay, it seems to be working. Once you hit your goal of meeting your 2 or 3 people, have fun, relax, be you, enjoy. You're allowed to be off. You're allowed to say, oh, hey, thanks for chatting with me about real estate, but I'm going to go say hello to the host. Be polite and enjoy yourself. You guys, you're allowed to take a break too. It's actually, I teach a lot about having time off to recharge. None of us can share from an empty cup. You got to fill your cup too. And have some time. So pick that number ahead of time so you know, okay, I'm going to talk, I want to meet 3 new people. I'm going to tell this one story. It doesn't matter if it's the same story you told yesterday. Those people weren't at yesterday's party. Who cares? Tell the same story over and over. You know how long I've been telling that first-time home buyer story? Since 2005. It's the same new first-time home buyer story. Okay. So, and it's real. It's a real story. It really happens. And it's awesome. So there's opportunity there. All right. And be ready at the party for the one question. What's the question that we get?
How's the market?
There we go. How's the market? All right. Perfect. Oh, Cynthia. Sorry, you knew I was going to call you out. Ask me how's the market? How's the market? It depends. Are you buying or selling? We're selling. Awesome. Where? Great. Do you want to get together and talk about the market for your home? I can get together with you tomorrow afternoon or Sunday at 1 o'clock. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Which day? Sunday or tomorrow? Tomorrow. Tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Can I come by your house? Oh, you want to come by? Yeah, I got to see your amazing house, but I can't say how the market is if I see your house. Well, good. I'm a terrible cleaner, which is why I got into real estate. So I decided I wasn't good at cleaning people's homes. I was better at selling them. So can we get together tomorrow at 3 o'clock? All right, done. Perfect. Anybody else want to do house and market with me? Come on, Kenny, ask me house and market. It depends, are you buying or selling? Neither. Are you just curious?
Yeah, just curious.
Awesome, about where? Oakland, what part of Oakland?
Hills.
You live there?
No, all my friends do.
Oh, you live in a condo here, but you're thinking about moving up to Oakland Hill sometime?
Maybe.
Awesome, why don't we schedule a time to sit down and have a conversation about what that move might look like and what the market really looks like. The market in Oakland is really unique. Just sit down and get you some information and help you make some decisions about what you might do in the future.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
Tomorrow, 3 o'clock, good?
No, that's fine.
Okay. Sunday at 1 o'clock?
No, that's when no, also not good.
Okay, when do you want to get together, Kenny?
Unfortunately, not. That's next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday, all right, I can come to your office at 2 o'clock, good?
Sounds good.
All right, I'll see you then. Every house on the market is an invitation for an appointment. All right, I'm about to tell you something. I should swear with this on. Nobody gives a crap about the market. No one. What do they care about?
What they want.
Personal. Cynthia was talking about her house. Kenny was talking about where he's thinking about moving. Right? Somebody may have a niece, a nephew, a daughter, or son who just got married and they're thinking about buying a house in Martinez. They may live in the Oakland Hills, but they want to buy in Martinez. Somebody says, how's the market? It means nothing. Is there an average home in Oakland?
No.
Dear God, no. I grew up in Walnut Creek. There are 3 school districts in one city. 3. Depends on literally the side of the street that you're on, what high school you go to. There's no average home. I can't tell you how the market is. Anybody ever ask, what's the average temperature of the San Francisco Bay Area? Okay, it's the same thing for real estate. What's the average home in the Bay Area? Dear God, where are you? Right? I said the average temperature of San Francisco Bay Area is 73. If you stop in the middle of the Bay Bridge, it causes an accident. Because it depends where you are. Yes, we know there's a 40 degrees in the summertime. San Francisco to Brentwood has a little bit of a change in temperature. Yes? Just a little bit, right? My dad used to say he used to have the heat on in San Francisco and he would go on a Walnut Creek and would turn the air conditioner on as he came through the cul-de-sac. How's the market is personal. Kenny and I talked about this. I'm a giant HomeBot fan.
Yes.
HomeBot answers how's the market. I actually love it when HomeBot is wrong because they call me and complain about it. I'm like, yes. Because guess what? They called me. I don't care why they called me. It's HomeBot. It's a computer program. You can go in and change it. I said, look, HomeBot hasn't hired drones yet to go in your backyard to see what landscaping you've done. Right? But I can come over to your house and see what landscaping you've done. But HomeBot answers how's the market. It's an awesome way to capture somebody's information. It's quick. You can share it. I won't do a HomeBot class today, but if you're not familiar with HomeBot, I know the team here is.
Yes.
Huge, and I know PRMG is also a big HomeBot fans as well.
Yes.
HomeBot, right? It answers how's the market. That's why I put it up there. And then making sure you have it in your CRM. So just capture how's the market. How's the market, in my estimation, is the international sign for I want to meet with you. Because I used to sell copiers in Honolulu 25 years ago, and I couldn't pronounce the street names, right? It was an interesting sales situation. Nobody in my life met me at a holiday party and said, so, how's the copier market? Those of us who have had jobs before real estate, anybody ever ask you about your job socially? If you worked at retail, or you worked in the car business, or you were a teacher, you did anything else, and anybody ever asked you, so how's the education business? How's the education market? No, because we have this unique ability as real estate agents and loan officers, get what are rates? Yeah.
So typically,
What's your name?
Right.
Hi, Ryan.
So when you're at a party, typically that question happens like in the first 30 seconds, minute.
Yep.
Is it not aggressive to try and book an appointment, that's the first time you met that person, and it's within the first 5 minutes. Like, I don't think you turned it up to 4 or whatever. Right, to try it. Yeah, they had a drink yet, and they're they know they're asking a house of conversation, one to like to the side, and they're trying to make conversation. So trying to flip it on into booking an appointment right there. Like, if it was me, I'd be like,
Right. I get you. Yeah, I understand that. So yes, and on the aggressive scale, I am definitely on the far end, so I will give you that.
yeah.
Ask Kenny. And so, so yes, but somebody saying how's the market and social conversation is still an opportunity to say, hey, you know what, what's really cool about real estate is, I use the example of its micro markets, just like we have microclimates. So I can give you an overall average, but I don't think, like, so what's going, are you curious about your house? Because man, I got this great tool called HomeWise. I'll send you something, it's super cool. I can send you the link right now and I'll give you a call tomorrow and explain what it is. So but the idea is that it's an invitation to capture their information or set an appointment. So how's the market? And it depends. Are you buying or selling? Oh, I'm just curious. Like, oh, it's just a BS question at a cocktail party. Fine, you're just curious, but nobody is curious about the entire market. They're usually curious about their home or somebody's important. So if I could send you a little report that was like a financial overview of your home, would that be helpful for you to understand? So so that every month you get a report, like to help you answer housing market. I mean, my clients freaking love it. And oh yeah, that'd be awesome. Hey, great. And you get their business card or text it to them or however, and then it's like, so where'd you grow up? What do you do for a living, right? It doesn't have to be a 10-minute conversation. Yeah. It can be under a minute. And you guys, you're all smart. We all pick up on energy. If they're like, no, I got something going on. Like, we got to move great grandma. Like, great grandma's really on my mind of how are we going to do this in great grandma's house. And, right now it's being held up by the termites and how do we make this work? And so it's a real, like, that cloud hanging over their head. They talk to you, oh my gosh, you're a realtor. I've got this thing about grandma, but this feels really weird at a cocktail party for us to have this conversation. It's like, hey, do you want to schedule an appointment? We can talk about this. So like, actually, yes. Like, you just saved their day. You had no idea that somebody walked into a cocktail party with this cloud hanging over their head about they're getting divorced, great grandma. They're they've got a kid that just got married and wants to buy in the Bay Area and is freaking out on how to do that. You may have just taken some amount of anxiety off of somebody's shoulders. Right? I'm saying read the room a little bit, but at the same time, it is an invitation to talk about your expertise. You know the market, and you also know that the market depends on the address and street, right? And here's the same thing with house. What are rates?
Depends.
It depends. The answer to every real estate question, by the way, is it depends. Because it does, right? It does. It depends. So, I mean, I'm sorry, at a cocktail party, I'm not going to be like, so have you had a bankruptcy recently? And how are your alimony payments going? And are you still paying child support? That's a weird conversation. That's why, Brian, talk about an uncomfortable conversation. Me talking about your credit history, right? Okay, it depends. Is your credit suck, or are you, a rock star? So it's like, rates is really dependent on different programs and a whole many different. Okay, I want you to talk to my partner at PRMG. They can give you the rates. But here's the thing about rates. Money is freaking cheap right now. Are rates less than 5%, Kelly?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Rates are less than 5%. If inflation is at 5% and you can borrow money at less than 5%, money is free. You understand that, right? I like other people's money. I'm a big fan. Huge fan. Any interest rate under 5 is free money. Free money. So let's take advantage of it. It's actually more affordable now because rates are so low than it was in 2006 because of rates. Let's have a conversation. Let's get you. I know the market's a little crazy. Let's get you in the market because money is freaking free right now. Your exact rate doesn't really matter. I was buying a house this summer, buying a condo this summer. My loan officer called me and was like, "Hey, just want to give you a heads up. The rates ticked up a little bit. And I'm like, are they at 5? And he laughed, like Kelly's laughing, no. I go, then I don't care. As long as they're less than 5, I don't care. All right, and the last thing is that every question of this is an invitation. All right, it's an invitation to introduce them to your PRMG loan partner. It's an invitation for you to schedule time with them. It's an invitation to get them into HomeBot. It's an invitation to put them in your database. How is the market? Is the like, please talk to me. Yes, ma'am.
I would say, I'll ask them when it's an invitation to offer how you can help them out.
Right. It's an invitation for how you can help them. Guys, you can help. Again, our job is to make friends and help our friends make good decisions. Now, if you don't like them, ignore the question or give them some dumb answer like, it's incredible. So, guys, you're laughing at jokes. Very fast. All right, how to host a party. Pick a theme. And I don't care if it's a fancy shoe day. I don't care if it's a cookie exchange. I don't care. I should say I don't care. I do care because I want to be invited to the party. So I do care. What is most important about the theme is that you like it. I know people that threw a Ted Lasso party. I think Ted Lasso is funny, but not everybody does. So it doesn't matter to me. If you're gonna throw a Gucci party for the new Gucci movie that's coming out, you pick something. If you want to do an ornament party, a cookie party, a fruitcake party, a football party, and have people come over and watch football, have a party, pick a theme. Or pick a theme that you like. I'm going to go against conventional wisdom. I am not a fan of client appreciation parties. Has anybody ever been invited to a client appreciation party and you weren't a client? Or you ever, oh, Cynthia, yes. How did that feel? Stuffy, right? But it's a little awkward, right? It's a little like, or if you were a client of them 20 years ago. Like, my contractor that did my kitchen 20 years ago invites me to client appreciation parties. It feels a little weird. I haven't been a client of this in 20 years. How about this? How about just have a party? And invite people. And oh, I got invited to a party. Yay! Versus a client appreciation party, but I haven't really been a client in a while. And take the awkwardness out. Just have a party and invite people. And you can have multiple small parties. You can have one big party. Heard Elias talk about the Brentwood office. Hey, I would say have a baby shower. Have a party. Invite people you like. And then tell them to bring a friend. You want to meet new people. So have a party. Pick a theme. Food, fun, and friends. That's it, guys. That's it. Set a time, have some fun, food, friends, fun. Pick a theme, and again, same thing. How many new names you want to get in your database? Have one real estate story to tell at the party. And when you hit that number, just relax, have a party, it's fun. It doesn't have to be catered, it doesn't have to be a $3,000 adventure. It can just be, we're gonna order pizzas and we're gonna have pizza and beer and watch football. I'm inviting 12 people and I'm asking all 12 of those people, could they please each bring a friend? Meet new people that like pizza and football. Well, we're already gonna be friends, right? Already. Any questions so far? I'm talking really fast. Not as fast as Ken, close. All right, and then have a system. You guys, the fortune is in the follow-on. If you meet all these great new people and then they never hear from you again, then you're gonna be frustrated with yourself. Who's the person we lie to the most? Ourselves, right. So create a system for yourself so you can hold yourself accountable. Elias talked about that culture of accountability. It starts with the person in the mirror. I'm going to add 3 new names at this party. Make sure you put them either in HomeBot or your CRM or both, and have a system for following up and keeping in touch with them. You guys, sales is a contact sport. Sales is a contact sport. You have to stay in contact with people. If you want clients for life, you're going to have to talk to them during their lives. So that means finding reasons to reach out. Another reason I like HomeBot is it gives you a reason to call them. It gives you a reason to say, hey, did you get a chance to look at your HomeBot report? And HomeBot tells you whether or not they opened it, but you'll know. But you can say, hey, let's review it real quick. Is there anything that's off that needs to be adjusted? But have a follow-up system. If somebody said, hey, you know what, this was great talking to you. I think we're gonna do something in the spring, and you say, great, can I give you a call at the end of January so we can get something on the books? Then put a reminder, I mean, I do it on my phone all the time, but set a reminder for myself to call somebody. Whatever works for you, just have a system. It has to work for you. Your system might not be the system that the person next to you uses, but whatever works for you to follow up.
Whatever you use.
Whatever you use, exactly. I know agents that would have these open house sign-in sheets. People would sign in manually and then they'd never do anything with them. They'd open up a drawer and put them into the drawers that were says open house flyers or open house folder. Never to be seen the light of day again. We call those lost leads. Well, we'll know another conversation about lost leads. I was always like, gosh, it's like 28 classes on it. But you guys, this is supposed to be fun, right? Are the things we talked about today fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys, does anybody here want to go to a party?
Yeah.
Anybody here want to have a party? We want to be invited for having it. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And having parties are great. And a great opportunity to meet some new people and have fun and tell your real estate story, right? So this was what we talked about today. Talk about setting goals for your database, setting goals for your appointments that you're going to have in the next two months. How to go to a party, setting goals at the party, how many people you want to meet, and how many appointments you may want to be setting at those parties. We also talked about how to host a party. Just make it fun and something you like. And also have some sort of goals around that as well. Right? How many new people do you want to be invited to your party? How do you want to do that? And have some fun with it. Right? Don't overthink this, right? We talked about not overthinking this job so we can make friends and help our friends make good decisions. And then have a system to follow up to make sure that you have everything you need. You guys, Team Fast has amazing support for you. PRMG has amazing support for you as well. If you talk to somebody that was like, well, I'm thinking about, they're like, should we really refinance? Like, I don't know, but I want you to talk to my PRMG partner and they can help you make that decision. And I'm happy to be part of that conversation to help you. So the idea is to have a system to follow, whether it's the system you use is the system that works.
Yeah. And
to do that going forward. So is everybody excited to have fun during the holidays? Yes? All right. I have my business cards up here. I'm Coach Katey. I do live in Honolulu and I come back to the Bay Area quite a bit. So usually about once a month, it seems like at this pace is what I've been doing. And so you'll see all my white colors on my business cards. Please let me know how I can help you in any way. Kenny, anything I forgot to say? Go to parties.
So, yeah, a lot of parties.
Go to a lot of parties. Say go to a lot of parties, right? That's the secret to Kenny's business. Go to a lot of parties. All right, guys. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you to PRMG for sponsoring me today. So we love PRMG.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. And get those free conversations today. Right, have some fun. And I think there's still more food. I think back there. And there's cookies and all that good stuff. So thank you guys very much. Thank you. Thank you, Katey, too, guys. Thanks, guys. I have some dark right. No idea how much